Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Hour. I'm so glad you're here today because we're going to talk about something that can truly transform the way you learn and speak English, reading for fluency. Now, when most people think about reading in English, they imagine sitting with a book and trying to understand every single word, slowly moving through paragraphs and feeling frustrated when they don't get it all. But I'm here to tell you that reading can be one of the fastest, most enjoyable ways to boost your English fluency if you know how to do it the right way. Let me start with a story. When I first started learning English, I thought reading was just about vocabulary. I would grab a book, open it up, and start looking up every word I didn't know. It was exhausting. After 10 pages, I felt like I'd run a marathon with no water, drained, frustrated, and thinking, why does English feel so impossible? Then one day I met a student named Lena. Lena loved English, but she had a secret method. She didn't try to understand every word. She read stories, articles, and dialogues and focused on getting the meaning, the flow, and the feeling of the language, not perfection. She could speak English more naturally than anyone else I knew. That's when I realized reading for fluency isn't about memorizing every word. It's about training your brain to think in English. So, what does reading for fluency actually mean? It means reading smoothly, naturally, and confidently without stopping at every unfamiliar word. It means understanding the essence of the sentence, the tone, and the context, and allowing your brain to absorb English patterns, sentence structures, and vocabulary in a way that sticks naturally. Instead of reading to memorize, you read to experience English, and that experience becomes the foundation for speaking. One of the best strategies for fluency is graded reading. This means choosing books or materials that match your level. If a text is too hard, your brain gets stuck translating and analyzing every word. If it's too easy, your brain doesn't learn anything new. Start with something that challenges you just enough to notice new words and structures, but not so much that you feel overwhelmed. For example, if you're at an intermediate level, reading a children's novel or a simplified news article can be perfect. You'll pick up new words and sentence patterns naturally, and your brain will start predicting language like a pro. Another key technique is reading out loud. Silent reading is fine, but reading out loud trains your mouth, tongue, and ears to work together. It helps you feel the rhythm of English, the stress on words, the flow of sentences. I remember a student named Amir who struggled with speaking naturally. When he started reading out loud daily, even just for 15 minutes, something magical happened. His pronunciation improved, his sentences flowed better, and he felt more confident speaking spontaneously. Your brain starts to connect the words you read with the way you say them, and that is pure fluency training. You also want to practice repeated reading. This might sound boring, but it's powerful. Choose a short passage and read it multiple times. The first time, focus on understanding the meaning. The second time, notice the vocabulary and sentence structures. The third time, read it out loud and feel the rhythm. By repeating, you're training your brain and your mouth to internalize English patterns. It's like muscle memory for language. The more you do it, the smoother and more natural your English becomes. Don't forget about shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker reading a passage and try to read along simultaneously. This is amazing for fluency because it combines reading, listening, and speaking in one activity. Your brain learns how sentences are formed, how words connect, and how native speakers stress certain words. I once worked with a student who hated speaking at first. After a few weeks of shadowing simple dialogues and stories, he could speak sentences with natural rhythm and intonation. He went from hesitant and choppy to confident and smooth. Another essential tip is focus on comprehension, not perfection. If you see a word you don't know, don't stop to look it up immediately. Try to guess from context. Often, your brain will get the meaning just from the sentence or paragraph. Over time, your vocabulary will grow naturally without the constant interruption of dictionaries. Reading this way trains your mind to think in English instead of translating from your native language. Thinking in English is the core of fluency. I also want to emphasize mixing genres and topics. Don't just stick to novels. Read articles, blogs, short stories, dialogues, even subtitles. Each type of content teaches you different vocabulary, expressions, and sentence structures. Reading a story helps you with narrative flow and everyday conversation, while reading an article helps you with formal language and more complex sentence structures. The more variety, the more your brain learns to process English in different contexts, making your fluency versatile. Here's a simple daily routine. You can start today, pick a passage, read it silently once for meaning. Read it out loud while noticing rhythm, repeat it once or twice, and if possible, shadow a native speaker reading the same passage. Keep your reading material at the right level. Don't stop for every word you don't know, and make it a daily habit, even for just 15-20 minutes. You'll be amazed at how your brain starts predicting language. Your mouth becomes faster at forming words, and your confidence grows. Remember, fluency isn't about memorizing words or perfect grammar. It's about internalizing patterns, rhythm, and flow through exposure and practice. Reading is not just for learning, it's for experiencing English naturally. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to speak, understand, and even think in English. Thank you for spending time with me on the English Hour. Start applying these strategies today. Read regularly, read out loud, shadow, and enjoy the process. English fluency is a journey, and reading is one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to reach it. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and your English will flow more naturally than ever. I'll see you in the next episode.